Good morning, class 10. Open your history books to page 13. The topic is the age of revolutions from 1830 to 1848. After 1815, the conservative regimes tried to consolidate their power, whereas in many regions of Europe, such as the Italian and German states, Ireland and Poland, liberalism and nationalism came to be associated with revolution. These revolutions were led by liberal nationalists who belonged to the educated middle class elite, like professors, school teachers, clerks, and members of the commercial middle class. The first protest took place in France in July 1830. The Bourbon kings were overthrown by the liberal revolutionaries, who formed a constitutional monarchy with Louis Philippe at its head. This July Revolution sparked an uprising in Brussels, and Belgium broke away from the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. Students, kindly underline this remark made by Metternich. He said, "When France sneezes, the rest of Europe catches a cold." What is the meaning of this remark? Whenever a revolution against the monarchy occurs in France, like demanding for government by consent, a representative government, and parliament, similar demands and revolutions begin elsewhere in Europe. The Greek War of Independence encouraged and mobilized nationalist feelings among the educated elites in Europe. From the 15th century, Greece had been a part of the Ottoman Empire. As the idea of revolutionary nationalism spread in Europe, a struggle for independence among the Greeks began in 1821. Nationalists in Greece got support from Greeks in exile and also from many West Europeans who had sympathies for ancient Greek culture. After a long, hard struggle of 11 years, finally, in 1832, the Treaty of Constantinople was signed, recognizing Greece as an independent nation. We move on to 3.3, and the subtopic is the romantic imagination and national feeling. The development of nationalism did not come only through wars and territorial expansion, but culture too played an important role in creating the idea of a nation. It was through art and poetry, stories and music that helped to express, shape, and spread nationalist feelings. Romanticism. What do you mean by romanticism? Do not take it literally. In history, romanticism was a cultural movement which helped to develop a particular form of nationalist sentiment. Artists criticized the glorification of reason and science and focused on emotions and intuitions. What is the meaning of intuitions? Intuition means the ability to understand or know something immediately based on one's feelings rather than on facts. They wanted to create a sense of shared collective heritage, a common culture as the basis of a nation. I'll give you two examples to show how romanticism influenced nationalist feelings. Example 1. German philosophers claimed that true German culture was to be discovered among the common people. Therefore, they made folk songs and folk poetry and folk dances popular. They laid great stress on vernacular languages to spread modern nationalist messages to the illiterate masses. Example 2. We take Poland. Though not an independent state, national feelings were kept alive through music and language. The Russians had forced Polish, that is the language of Poland, out of schools. In 1831, there was an armed rebellion which was crushed. The clergy in Poland began to use language as a weapon. Polish was used in churches and religious instructions. Many were arrested and exiled. But the use of Polish came to be seen as a symbol of the struggle against Russian dominance.